Hello, it's Gina Brogan. How are you? All right, hold on, I'm gonna find Alex. There we go. Hi everybody, how are you doing? How's your Sunday going? Oopsie. So, I am gonna try and bring on Alex here, and we're gonna talk about all fun things. And one of the things I want to talk about is what has been coming up for some people who are reaching out to me and who have been reaching out to me for quite some time, and they're making changes in their lives, and they're making small changes, which is great, but they're they're still feeling stuck in a lot of the same patterns and the same stories and the same habits. And they're like, hi, Renata, how are you? What is Gibson's? And they're wanting to create change, like big change in their lives, and they want to do something, and they're like, why am I having so much trouble making these big changes in my life? Why is it like I sort of make changes, but the big ones aren't coming, and what's up with that? And my answer to that is, well, your habits clearly are a big deal. And one of the things that I found most effective is to like take on a habit. Like if you need to turn around the Titanic into a different direction. Hi Marlis, how are you? Hi Delon, hi Jennifer. Thanks for saying hi. And yes, Monkey was my nickname because I wanted Alex on here. Okay, is that better? It's on the Sunshine Coast, BC, Canada. My husband's parents live there, and we had a family reunion. Awesome. Are you going to come to Tahoe with us in 2 weeks, Renata? Come on down here, for reals. I'm trying to get Alex on camera because she is the yoga teacher, naturalist, who will be co-leading this retreat. I don't know. I'm sure we'll figure it out as we do. But okay, I'm going to keep talking about pattern interrupt and disrupting the patterns in your life. And yes, through habit, through adopting new habits all the time. Like I'm the habit tracker girl. So I help people like fill out a habit tracker. What are the new habits that you want to adopt in your life every month? And so if you're not a meditator, but you want to be, and you want to be a regular exerciser, and you want to clean up your eating, nutrition habits, you want to clean up your sleep habits, you're going to be most successful when you take like one habit on at a time. If you try and do the whole entire like list of things you want to do to change your life all at once, that can be really overwhelming. However, if you are able to say, you know what, I want to do one thing at a time, and over time, like if you did that, one new habit a month, and you adopted it, took it into your life, every month you would really, really experience significant change. So I really wish, yes, Renata, that's okay because I do plan to come up to Canada. Um, in 6 months, you can really experience significant change. Oh my gosh, my fault. I'm not sideways. I have to start over. Oh my God. I totally have to start over because I'm not sideways. And let's just do picture in picture. We can do that. I can scooch over.
That works.
It totally works. So talking about habits and changing habits and adopting new ones and eliminating some. So I was talking to a friend recently who I met at one of my first retreats, and we had a conference call together for business. And I'm like, what in the world has changed with you? She's lost like 25 pounds. She says, I've adopted like a new habit every month, and I'm just transforming. And she really has transformed. It's like amazing. So one of the things that I do in my coaching practice is developing habits, and I help people develop meditation, exercise, eating, nutrition habits, and stuff like that. So what I wanted to kind of segue into from that is sometimes, you know, we have a hard time keeping habits up. And so it make like a pattern interrupt. And what I mean by that, doing something completely different. Like, oh my gosh, that's a really big deal. For example, saying, I'm going to come to a retreat. I'm going to start taking a class. I'm really going to make a jump, and not, you know, the incremental stuff isn't working. I need to shock the system, if you will. And so that's one of the things I wanted to segue so smoothly into, talking about our retreat that is coming up in less than 2 weeks. And
Yes.
one of the things, like, what's top of mind for you to talk about here in terms of the yoga part, or, you know, the being in nature, the pattern interrupt, what experiences you've had that were like changed your life in a big way?
Well, thanks for the question, and happy new moon, by the way.
Putting you on the spot. What?
No, I said happy new moon, by the way.
Happy new moon. Yes. And let me introduce you. Sorry, I'm assuming everybody knows you. One of my one of my strengths is definitely framing the situation. Everybody, this is Alex Cooley, and I'm assuming everybody knows you because I talk about you all the time now. But yeah, Alex and I will be co-hosting, co-leading this retreat in Tahoe on the full moon, August 23rd through 26th, which is 2 weekends from now, right? Yeah. And
amazing. Just last night was the new moon, so we're reconvening in 2 weeks on the full moon. And so today is just a potent day to plant the seed for that and to say yes as our early bird pricing ends tomorrow at midnight. So we're really just wanting to reach out and encourage everybody to help us help you arrive at your yes. If there is a stirring in yoga, we call it spanda, that feeling that you get of bubbling up of energy and excitement when you hear about something that touches you in some way, whether you know why or not. You just know that there's something there for you. So for me, just stepping out of my ordinary everyday life, day-to-day chores and responsibilities that never go away. There's never a convenient time to go on retreats. However, when we make the time and prioritize that little break from our everyday routine, the outer work, if you will, and tune our attention into our inner landscape and do some inner work, it's amazing how the outer world changes. So here we are every day spending so much time putting our attention outward, our focus outward, to change the way that our life operates and how we see our world. But the fascinating thing is we could all just take a big chill pill and just go on retreat and do some inner work, and voila, watch your life change. Whatever it is that you are needing to change. Sometimes that's not what you thought, and you get so many lessons just by that simple act of self-care, shaking it up. It's like, here you are in your comfort zone, but the magic is everywhere else.
Everywhere else.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I am here. Thanks for the introduction. Yes, I'm a yoga teacher. I've been teaching yoga for 10 years and assisting my teacher, Shiva Ray, all over the world on her retreats and workshops, as well as leading my own locally here in California and internationally. And I have worked as a trip leader for Backroads and as a teacher naturalist, bringing people into the wilderness for weeks at a time. So I'm really passionate about connecting my personal practice in nature. Yoga is meant to be done in nature, and also, I believe in community. It's when we syncopate our breath, our intention, our awareness as a group with each other, magic happens. So I'm just
Magic
really looking
happens.
forward to seeing the kind of magic we create this time. There's no retreat that's the same. Everyone is so incredibly special. Depending
Yeah,
on who shows up is what really creates the experience.
right. The energy that arrives really does co-create that unique
Mm-hmm.
space and experience. Um, and I really am most excited about um, being, you know, when the people arrive, when we all kind of get there, and how we arrive as like a little nervous, kind of strangers,
Mm-hmm.
and
Stranger.
then
Mm-hmm.
over the period of the time together, it's like a
Mm-hmm.
unique sisterhood is born. And it's
Yeah.
those are the things you can't predict, and so much of the beauty happens in the white spaces. You know, there is the workshops and the yoga sessions and the ceremonies, but it's the white spaces and
Right.
the downtime where magic just happens. And
Absolutely.
yeah, it's really beautiful.
Absolutely. If you're a writer, it's like when you're writing a book, it's kind of like that time when you're away from the pen and paper and you're out working in your garden or going for
Yeah,
a run or meditating over a cup of tea or coffee. That's when the real work is being done, that integration time in
right.
between the
Hmm.
powerful action outward moments, solar, masculine, and when we get to drop into the feminine and the more receptive and the listening and the just being and receiving. So I'm looking forward to. I know that there's a meteor shower this weekend. It's actually peaking tomorrow night,
Oh,
and
fun.
we'll be getting the Pleiades meteor shower when we're in Tahoe as well. So
Yay.
kind
Oh,
of
how
fun that we're going to
awesome.
do that.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
exciting. Um,
How's this new moon for you, Tina?
what's that? Well,
How's this new moon for you? What are you setting for this retreat?
I am setting some pretty powerful intentions. I happen to be at my cousin's house, and his wife uh,
Mm-hmm.
is I don't know, a moonologist. She's guiding me through some new moon setting intentions, and that's really
Wow.
fun. Yeah. And of course, I'm spending time with her baby and really just being present, you know, because with babies around, you really have to be. So it's really wonderful. And
Oh,
that, you know, just being around that life, new life, is a magical experience in
yeah.
itself. And I've had to really turn off my screens and I'm with family, and it's been very healing for me. So, and then I was, you know, looking at my next steps, and I have a girlfriend who said, "Hey, we're going to be in Tahoe next weekend. Join us." So I'm going to go up to Tahoe the weekend before our retreat. Yeah. So
Amazing.
I'll be on my paddleboard and on the lake and doing that stuff.
Oh, I'm going to
So
bring my
yeah.
paddleboard too. So
Oh, good.
a part of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
We'll
think
have all the toys for people.
yes. So that's very exciting. And yeah, I'm setting a lot of personal life, powerful intentions, and in this new moon. And, you know, what I like to do, I just go there and I get myself into the experience of already being in that place of my next level self and act accordingly. You know, how would Gina from 2 years ahead of now behave today? And what is her energy like? What's her attitude? And how does she show up for herself? And it's just like, it brings you into this really beautiful, like, what I love about it is you get this sense of confidence, and you're like, oh, I don't have to worry about all the day-to-day minutia between here and there. I just act as if it's already there. And bringing those feelings into your inner landscape and feeling it like, oh, there, it's done. What that does is then you get to that place where you don't even need it to be done. That's when you're most magnetic and attractive for those things. It's like, well, I already know it's done, and frankly, it doesn't matter if it's done. I feel as, you know, I have that energy that it is. And having that ability to surrender to what does show up allows for so much powerful magic. So, yeah. And I think we were kind of, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm saying I love it. That's powerful. And you're a very magnetic person. When I met you, you can tell that you do that inner work. It's not for the faint of heart, this path, all this inner work, these practices. It's powerful. It's so powerful.
Yeah, it's not always, yeah, that is true. You know, that is something I kind of want to talk about maybe. Like, it's not always sunshine and rainbows, because we're always expanding. You know, once you kind of get on this ride, this is how you take life. And it's an ever expanding experience. And so you get to a place, you're like, wow, look at this. I've peeled away some layers and layers of the onion, and I feel this way, and like, wow. And then more shows up for you to go deeper and deeper. There's always more to go. So when you do, you have to embrace what does show up.
Mm-hmm. Well, didn't we have a little announcement for everybody? Given that our early bird pricing ends tomorrow.
Yeah, because I am definitely getting a lot of information, a lot of interest, and we only have a little bit of space left, right? So Alex and I are kind of excited. We want to sell this thing out. We want to sell it out and be ready to receive everybody, to send out all of the information that you're going to need once you get in, and to get everybody sort of mentally prepared as early as possible, and to start gelling together. So we wanted to sort of extend something, a little push you over the edge if you're on the fence incentive. For those couple of you who are like, yeah, I want to do it, but I'm afraid for whatever reason, because I've had, and I think you've had a few people, I've had several say, I want to do this so badly, Gina, but this or this or this, okay? And we all have those things. And like Alex said, it's never a convenient time. However, it's like, how long will you put off this next level for yourself? How long are you going to stay in the pattern? And so we wanted to give everybody an opportunity to reach out to us and say, if you want to talk to us today, before or tomorrow, before the early bird pricing ends, the first person who reaches out and has a call with us, so PM, either Alex or myself, and say, okay, talk me off the ledge here. Walk me through my objections, then you will get a $500 discount. And off the already really crazy affordable. So whoever is interested in doing that, you have your opportunity now, and you have heard it here. And today it's Sunday afternoon. So if you give us a message between now and Monday afternoon and get on the phone with us, we will talk you through. And first come, first serve. First come, first serve. And we're taking $500 off. So that's kind of awesome. Super awesome for you if that is
so we just
something.
Gave you permission to say yes.
We just gave you permission to say yes to yourself. So really, we want to make this a no-brainer for you. It's already a no-brainer. But if this is your first experience, like taking that, what feels like a big leap, which as once you do this vacation or weekend or retreat with us, it will become sort of part of your new normal. You know, after my first retreat, that was like, oh yeah, this is a must, several times a year. It's part of my new normal.
Yeah.
So we really want to make
Yeah.
this accessible to those people who it's first time and it's like, oh, I'm so scared. But so hopefully this will lessen some of the fear and make it more accessible to you guys. And that's what we want to say. So we'll be waiting. And yeah. And Alex, do you have anything else to add about what to look forward to? We're looking at our schedule.
I just, yes. Well, first of all, we will be having every morning before breakfast, we will have a nice meditation to start the day. And this house we're going to has a really beautiful outdoor fire pit area. So a lot of our practices we do outside in nature because it backs up to this nature preserve meadow. So first thing in the morning, we're going to just have the sunshine, get out in the light, hydrate some amazing herb infused water, and just roll our mats out onto the meadow. Sometimes we'll light a fire and start with an opening meditation and some yoga, and then we'll come back and have a beautiful, healthy breakfast prepared for us by Crystal Knight, who is an amazing chef that I work with on all my retreats. And if anybody has requests or allergies, she's very accommodating.
Oh, nice.
And so our days will start off in a really sweet way, and we'll follow it up with the journaling and the writing and some integration time after these workshops. And of course, throughout the weekends, you're going to be able to book your personal massage. You're going to be booking your one-on-one coach with Gina whenever it feels good for you.
And the photo session and the makeup. So
yes, you're going to get a photo from a professional goddess photographer whose life work is to make women feel beautiful in their skin and their bodies. Because unfortunately for us women, we're so beautiful, but the self-talk and just, oh my gosh, when you actually get to talking to a woman and hear about all her insecurities and her self-talk, it is actually heartbreaking and something that needs to be brought to the surface and moved through. And it's going to just be a really fun opportunity to go home with some professional, beautiful portraits of you in beautiful Lake Tahoe, taken at the golden sunset hour. We'll have rooftop happy hours. We will just do all the fun things. And it's so great, Gina, that you're going to be in Tahoe a week earlier to scope out some of your favorite spots that we can show people. That's my favorite part, is finding these like secret, lesser known spots to show people. Yeah. And so it's just we're basically designing the life we want to live, and we are going to share it with whoever feels called to join us as we really make all these offerings from our heart to share with you 6 special ladies that join us, and there are just a few spots left. So the time is now. Let us know how we can help you.
Yeah. And I just can't even wait, because there was something you were saying. As you were talking, I was thinking one of the things that I love the most about doing this work is really being, in person with people. And when we do our one-on-one sessions, our coaching sessions, and we start pulling out their dreams and stuff like that, and creating that scene with them and bringing the energy into it, and then they walk away and they have that customized scene, that symbolic scene of their I've made it my next level situation, and then they get to feel their we create custom affirmations, which are so powerful. They're not the generic ones are great, but these are custom for their lives. And it's so amazing what happens when you start to reprogram your brain, and then you have the movement and the body motion and the dancing that we get to do, to like you said, to integrate all of that together. Just really
definitely
so transformational. So anyway,
we'll have really transformational fire rituals and ceremonies under the full moon, and it'll be special.
It's amazing. I can't wait. So, all right.
Me too, Gina.
If you have anything else to add, if you don't, we can wrap this up.
No.
And
sounds good.
I'm already getting some messages, so this is good.
Well, I am going to just go to the river real quick, take a
Yay.
cold plunge. I've been watering my garden all day with my
Nice.
dog, Stella. She's going to come with me.
Stella!
And I hope that when I
Yay!
return in an hour that we have all the spots filled and we can really get this thing off the ground and send out our detailed what to pack list and whole itinerary with all the juicy details. So,
I know.
Tina?
Oh my God, the schedule is unfolding so nicely. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Pamela, if you just jumped on here, watch the replay for our special announcement. But all right. Well, thank you, Alex. Have a great cold plunge, and we'll reconnect and compare. All right. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye.